What's up guys, NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of Road to Glory. I beg to the gods of whoever the hell is the god of what I'm doing here that this one works. This is attempt 5 of recording this, and the first 4 attempts the computer crashed. I've literally just sat here and watched the entire video through without recording audio and it didn't crash. So I'm hoping whatever I've done has fixed the problem. Now, first things first, guys, if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, that'd be awesome. I just want to say a big thank you to you guys for the support on this series. When I started the Road to Glory on a second channel, the second channel was for apps and other games, which it still is ultimately. But it kind of just developed into a bit of a Road to Glory channel, which isn't necessarily a problem, but I anticipated uploading the RTG like 2 or 3 times a week at most, getting maybe 20 to 30k views, just for the hardcore fans that love the series. But it turns out there's actually about 60 or 70,000 hardcore fans that want to watch this every single day. So for you guys, thank you so much for being here. I genuinely appreciate it. Now, I've got a couple of things to talk about in today's episode. Before we get into that, you'll see me here listing up a couple of players that I thought I would never sell. One of them being Hesse, one of them being Key, the bronze team of the season. And the reason why I got rid of them now is just because they're just dead water in the club. Like, I might as well get the coins, see what I can do with the coins, maybe improve another player here or there that I'm actually playing with. And for Hesse, now that I have Konoplyanka, Hesse's never going to get a look in. And as good as he is and as good as he was and as important as he was, because don't get me wrong, he was massively valuable to the club throughout throughout a lot of our games. He's just not there anymore. So we bought him for 1,400 coins. We played over 100 games with him. We sold him for 2,000 coins. That is what I call a true legend of a club. I ended up going and buying Costa there just because I played against him a few times in these Futties tournaments and he'd absolutely battered me. So I thought, why not buy him and try him and see if we can do the same thing with him. I'm going to be trying to sell Mahrez off the back of that, and I'm also trying to sell my right back DeMarcos because his inform has gone up in price, so why not cash in on him? And we open our Futties pack, guys, and to my absolute surprise, we get Futties Ben Arfa. So impressed with that, and it just goes to show that grinding the offline tournaments can 100% be worth it. Hatton Ben Arfa, he goes for around like 100 to 120,000 coins right now, and the fact that he's a PSG version is massive because he gets perfect link with Matuidi, strong link with players like Luiz, Thiago Silva, Di Maria, Ibrahimovic, Pastore. Like, there's so many things we can do with this Ben Arfa, and now that we have untradeable Ben Arfa, untradeable Aubameyang, untradeable Konoplyanka, if we can get the untradeable Reus this episode, it will allow us to build a couple of absolutely incredible squads and maybe change the face of the teams that we're using. So like I said, 2 things to talk about this episode. First thing to talk about is the bronze pack method. I mentioned it in the last episode, and obviously like 50 to 60,000 people watched that episode, which means a lot of people started doing the bronze pack method to try and get those easy coins. There is coins in the bronze pack method, and there still is coins in the bronze pack method, but because so many people are flooding the market with the fitness cards specifically, it's not as profitable as it was 2 days ago, but it is still profitable. 2 days ago, the squad fitnesses were selling for 2,500 coins. Now they're selling for 2,000. And 2 days ago, the individual fitness cards were selling for 350 to 400 coins, and now they're selling for 250 to 300 coins. So although the value has come down a little bit, you're still making profit. And bronze pack method is something that a lot of people get bored of real quick because nobody has the patience to, first of all, sit there and open the packs, and then secondly, sit there, open the packs, and then wait for the full hour for the bronze item to sell. People just don't have the patience for that. People want instant quick coins. So over the coming days, it's likely that less people will start using the bronze pack method, and once Futties are out of packs on Friday, I don't know what EA are going to do after that. Obviously, the new football season starts on Saturday, which could mean new team of the week, new special cards, etc., etc. However, if there is nothing new, nothing special, nothing like extravagant, no packs will be opened, which means less consumables on the market, which means the bronze pack method again will rise in price, which will be good for all involved who are used to the bronze pack method. Now, one thing I want to talk about is play to win versus pay to win, and we're going to try and discuss this through the rest of the episode. This is my 4th time discussing it because you guys obviously didn't get to see the first 3 takes of this audio because of the computer crashing, or 4 takes of the audio. So I'm going to do my best to iterate the points that I made previously that you didn't hear, to make sure that I get myself off as clearly and concisely as possible, whilst giving you guys also my true opinions on the matter. And the reason why this comes up is because there's a couple of threads on Reddit. One thread about people who can't win the tournament, one thread about people who are paying pro players to win the tournament for them, and one thread about why EA aren't giving people who just play the game more valuable items in the game. And I want to discuss that a little bit more deeply. So to discuss the first thread, people struggling in this tournament, maybe the reason why people are struggling in this tournament is actually because people are getting pro players or better players to play for them. I don't know, perhaps you've got a friend that's good at FIFA and usually you wouldn't bother him, but this time you're like, hey bro, it's the summer holidays, come around my house, play this tournament for me because I'm not good enough. And ultimately what you would be getting is you would actually naturally be coming up against more difficult people. And also the pro players getting paid to do this for people. And there are some names out there that people are going to shout about, but like, don't be fooled by what you've read or what you've seen. Make sure you do your own data. So I'm going to talk about this as a whole and not individual, and I'm going to talk about this as pro and good players in general and not specific individuals again. And what's happening is people are basically contacting pro players. The pro players or the good players are charging a fee to get onto the account and win the players for this person. And whilst I don't necessarily agree with this, which we'll get into in a second, I don't also disagree with it, because if you're a person that's good at FIFA and somebody comes up to you and says, hey bro, I'll give you $20 or £20 to go and win these tournaments for me, can you do it? Why would that person say no? Is it against EA's terms of service? I'm not overly too sure. I would have to take a deeper look at them. I'm not sure if allowing someone to play on your account is against terms of service, but ultimately, if you have the opportunity to make some money, whether you're a pro player, a good player, or just a friend of someone, or a friend of a friend, or you know, you're a good kid at school, like a good FIFA kid, that someone that's good at FIFA and is a kid and goes to school, and your friends know that, you know, you might start charging your classmates and stuff. Oh yeah, you pay me £20, £30, I'll go and win it for you. Like, I understand why people do it, and I'm not against people trying to make money and monopolize the ability to make money through FIFA. God forbid EA make enough of it themselves through FIFA. And of course, as natural kind of selection works, other people also want to get a slice of that pie. So I don't blame people, pro players, good players, etc., for trying and doing. What I blame through this is EA, because this is where I find it to be unfair. And this is where, for me, it bothers me that some kids aren't going to get the opportunity to win this, is because what you're saying to your fan base, to your viewership, to your gamer base, to whatever it is that plays FIFA, you're saying if you're not good at FIFA, no matter what, you don't get to play with the best players in the game. What you're saying is you have to pay to win if you want the best players. And I don't mean pay to win, I mean pay to play, sorry. You have to pay to play if you want the best players. And here's why it's bothering me. If you're a bad player at FIFA, you're going to be playing all 10 attempts trying to get these players. Maybe you'll win one here or there, maybe you won't. And trust me, a lot of people have messaged me saying I've used all 10 attempts and I haven't won even the Conoply Anchor. And that sucks. And the reason why that sucks is because that person has probably put in anywhere from 6 or 7 to 12 or 13 hours, depending on how far into the tournament, each tournament they got, whether or not that went to extra time and penalties, you know, and any extras that come with that, struggling to find games, using the game in general to kind of get fitness, and, you know, maybe they'll play 2 games in the tournament, then play an offline game for fitness, and all they get to show for it, let's assume somebody played all 10 and didn't win a single pink card, all they get to show for that, for their 10, 12, 13 hours work, is match coins. And that is hideous on EA's part. However, you could then get somebody who's also not good at FIFA that goes and pays a pro player to win the tournament for them 3 times over. They get all 3 cards. And the pro player, because of how good they are and how quickly they induce rage quits from people, they'll probably win the tournament 3 times over in 3 to 4 hours. So you've got somebody who's invested 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours and has nothing to show for it. And then somebody who's paid 10, 20 pounds to a pro player who's invested 3 or 4 hours and has 3 incredible cards to show for it. And why I say these are incredible cards, because not only are they incredible stats-wise, their true value is actually really high. Like the Marco Reus would probably sell for 500,000 coins. The Aubameyang would probably sell for 200,000 to 300,000 coins, and the Konoplyanka probably 100,000 to 200,000 coins. So you're looking at like somewhere near 1 million coins worth of players for free. Okay, they're untradeable, but you've got the asset value in your club. So I hate the fact that EA is saying, yeah, if you win the tournament, you get the player, but if you don't win a tournament, thanks for your time on the game. Here's nothing. That, for me, is what needs to change. I'm not saying good people need to be punished and bad people at the game need to be able to also get the same rewards. What I'm saying is good people deserve the rewards that they're getting, but people that also invest time into the game, whether you're getting from the game. In Overwatch, which is the best example for me to put up for you guys, they have an XP system where if you play a game, whether you win or lose, you get experience. The better you specifically do in the game and whether or not your team wins defines how much experience you get. But regardless of your ability, you get experience in the game. When you level up, you get a free box which offers you skins, character customization, gold to buy things, and you get the same as everybody else. You just, if you're bad at the game, you just get it at a slower pace than the people that are good at the game. And that's brilliant. Also in Overwatch, to separate good people from bad people, they also have very exclusive stuff like gold items, gold skins, that you can only get by earning yourself competitive points, and you can only get the competitive points by winning the competitive games. So that's fair. What you're saying is, hey, if you invest time into our game, we're going to give back to you. If you're bad at the game, we're going to give back to you. But if you're good at the game, we're going to give really more back to you. And that, for me, is where the fairness comes in and where FIFA slips up. So in FIFA, what I would like to see is a point system for these tournaments. What I would like to see is 2 different tournaments. One tournament for the Aubameyang and the Reus, and one tournament for the Konoplyanka, because the Konoplyanka's 86 rated, he's the lowest rated one. He's the one that people should be able to have, I guess. Not for free, but definitely a little bit harder. So this is how it would work for me. The Aubameyang and Reus tournament, as is. 10 attempts, you have to win it twice, you get Reus, you get Aubameyang. It rewards the ability of the player. That's perfect. But for Konoplyanka, in the same 7-day period, have a score of 1,000 points that somebody has to achieve to win the Konoplyanka, and have a point system that rewards more heavily the better player, but also rewards the person that just plays the game. So 1,000 points, you're thinking, what are you going to do? A win would be 50 points, a loss would be 25 points. So you just need to win 20 games in the tournament throughout the whole course of the 7 days, and you'll unlock Konoplyanka. Alternatively, you just need to lose 40 games, and you'll unlock Konoplyanka. In this instance, you are saying to the person that's playing but is not very good, bro, if you just keep going, you will eventually get something and be rewarded for playing our game. And for me, that should be in the game. Yes, there will be exploits. People will just start rage quitting on purpose 20 times to get the Konoplyanka. I'm sure there are ways EA can minimize that potential. For example, again, this happens in other games a lot. If you quit out of a game, say 3 consecutive times in a certain amount of time, you get let's say a 24-hour ban from playing in that tournament. If you rage quit out of the game again after that 24-hour ban, you get a 48-hour ban. Stop people from quitting the game by putting in measures to stop them from wanting to quit the game. And that way, if you're then bad at the game and you play this tournament, let's say for this Konoplyanka you need 1,000, tournament points, 50 for a win, 25 for a loss, but also every time you win the tournament, you get a bonus 100 points. So let's say you win 4 consecutive games, you'll get 200 points for the 4 wins, and you'll get 100 points for the tournament bonus win. Let's say you get to the semi-final, a bonus 75 points. Let's say you get to the quarterfinal, a bonus 50 points. And let's say you get to the first round, you just get the 25 points that you get for losing. It would encourage people to play the tournaments through. Yes, they would only earn match coins through these tournaments, or you could give them minor rewards for winning it, like the regular tournament where you'll give them 2,000 coins for winning along with the tournament points. But in this instance, this isn't about good people versus bad people. This isn't about the ability of any individual player. This is about saying to the guy that's putting in that 10 or 15 hours, thank you for your time on our game. Thank you for choosing FIFA Ultimate Team instead of NBA, or instead of Overwatch, or instead of World of Warcraft, or instead of League of Legends, or instead of the new Batman game. Thank you for being here instead of playing PES. Thank you for being here. That's all EA need to do. And they do some good jobs with this at times. You know, the free packs through the FUT birthday stuff is good. Some of the offline tournaments that were on easy levels were good. But in general, they need to reward the player more for playing the game and not the person that just pays to win. So that's kind of where I'm at with this, guys. And I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings on the same situation below. You know, as you can see, we're in a tournament now. We won 3-2. This is our 9th attempt at the tournament. So if I lose this, I am in trouble. If we don't win the games here, I am in trouble. But that's kind of my take on pay to win versus play to win versus pay to play. It's also kind of my thought process on what's going on regarding professional players and good players winning tournaments for other people. I don't necessarily think it's good for the person, again, unless EA starts to reward the person that plays the game. I know for damn sure for me with this Ultimate Team series, I've put a lot of hours into this series. I've got nearly 700 games on this account, and although I do have a lot to show for it, the only reason why I have a lot to show for it is because I am quite good at the game and I have been able to win the things that are required to win. You know, I've won tournaments where I get 7,000 coin rewards, 10,000 coin rewards, free packs, team of the season cards. You know, I've won divisions comfortably several times. You know, the only reason why I've got where I've got is because of my ability within the game. Somebody who wouldn't be as good as me might have played the same amount of games and only have half of what I have to show for it, and that's where I don't think is fair. So I would love to know your thoughts down below, guys, on the whole pay to play, pay to win, pay to play. You know, what did I say? Words are coming out of my mouth. Anyway, we come up into the semi-final against a guy who's already won the Futties tournament 3 times. He has the Aubameyang, he has the Reus there, which means he's clocked up 3 wins already. We go 3-1 up. We end up going down to 3-2, or up to only 3-2 after 70 minutes after he scores with Marco Reus there. And I managed to hang on to win that game. And it was quite a good game, quite a comfortable game for me. Even though I had a little less possession, I was definitely creating the more chances. And that puts us, guys, into the final of the tournament in attempt number 9. Once again, if we don't win this, we are screwed. 1 attempt left to win that Reus will leave me with unbelievable amounts of pressure. And in this final, not only do we come up against a guy with a pretty weak team, all, you know, respectively, especially the fact that he's got Adler in goal. I was playing this game with a 9 skills. He joined me to play the final, and I don't know whether that's easier or harder necessarily, because sometimes playing with 2 people is easier because you can create better attacking chances, but it's also harder because defending is so much more difficult with 2 people. And we end up going 1-0 down. We made some subs straight away. We brought on Aubameyang. I think we brought on Konoplyanka as well. And I actually think I brought on Torre for a yellow carded Vidal also. And instantly, Aubameyang comes up trumps for us. He scores a goal, gets us back in the game. And this was a game where myself and Skills were creating so many chances. And this guy hit us on the counter once. He hit us on the counter twice. Big save from Czech. Big tackle from Clichy. It falls to Schürrle, and he goes 2-1 up after 60 minutes. And I was sitting there looking at Skills saying, it is going to be one of those games. It's going to be one of those games where we dominate, but we cannot win. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. Alexis Sanchez there. De Bruyne intercepts a weak pass in the midfield, plays the ball into Sanchez. Sanchez shoots and scores, and then not too long after that goal, literally just a couple minutes after, Sanchez with a great ball through to Eden Hazard. We've got players over. We've got 1 man over. Hazard gets through, cuts that across to Aubameyang. Aubameyang rolls that one home, and after 77 minutes, we take a 3-2 lead, and that is how the game ends, which means, guys, we win ourselves that Futties Reus, and I can't tell you how happy I am to have him in the club for the rest of FIFA. An unbelievable card, like a genuinely unbelievable card. Paired up with Aubameyang up at striker, he is going to be absolutely deadly. So we get our win with 1 attempt left. I'm probably not going to try and win the tournament for a 4th time, just for the simple fact that, as I said before in the last video, I don't want to take the opportunity away from somebody else who might be running out of chances to win a Konoplyanka, an Aubameyang, or a Reus, considering that I already have all 3. I would rather give that up for someone else. But this is going to be the end of the video, so if you have enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace!